are you guys? Welcome to another locked in stream, and there's plenty to talk about this week. Injuries galore, and I am just coming at you hopefully with this regular stream each week. I hope that you're all well. I hope that you're all good, and I have got a bit of a structure this week, just a small one, because I got a bit of feedback last week, and you guys said that you wanted a little bit of a structure going on. So bear with me a second, because I can see that one of my graphics is overlapping, and that will just annoy me the whole stream. Boom, there we go, sorted. Cool. So I thought I'd rock on up straight away. Let's go with the most transferred in players. Okay, so let me know in the chat, who have you bought in, who are you considering buying in this week. Yes, we will get around to the pressers. Yes, we will talk about those updates. Don't you worry, I got you guys covered. So, as predicted in my earlier videos this week, Trippier and Son are the most transferred in players this week. Have you guys bought them? I am considering maybe one of these, maybe two of these. We'll chat a little bit more about my team in just a second, just a tiny second. But for the moment, it's Trippier, Son, Botman, and Morris. So people going in on that double game week. They're going in on that double game week, and I am here for it. I'm here for it. Although I'm not actually here for it, as in I'm probably not going to be getting Morris in myself. But you know, I think it's a lot of fun. If I hadn't have bought Alvarez a couple of game weeks ago, then I wouldn't be going for Morris. I would probably go for Morris for the double game week, I should say. Hello. Welcome Wiley, welcome GV, welcome Jamie, Ged, hello, Ryan, David. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Where are we? I think my little ticker hasn't updated on the subs, but I think that I'm two subs away now from the big old 6650. So any newbies in today and you can pop a sub, be very much appreciated. And let's try get, there's 10 of you in right now, let's try get 10 likes on the stream, and we'll see how we go from there. So Botman has picked up a bit of a knock, or at least he's been flagged this week, so that's a little bit like to worry about with the whole transferred in players this week. Trippier's good, he just didn't play midweek, he was rested there. Sonny obviously did fantastic against Arsenal, so you can obviously imagine why that is. So thank you so much. Who's that? Chaz, thank you so much. I don't know why that hasn't refreshed. If you've just subbed, it should pop up, but hopefully it will. And yeah, so Matoma interested me here because this is a funny one, because I started the season with Matoma and I got rid of him a couple of game weeks in for Mbeumo, because I was kind of like, oh, not sure where to go with this. But yeah, I think he's done well, hasn't he? Even when Brighton haven't been doing well, Matoma's been doing really well. Right, let's shift on over to the main transfers out this round, and we'll take a look at who you guys are selling now. Ben Chilwell, not overly shocked by this, to be honest with you guys. I was a bit lucky last game week. I did do the Chilwell to Botman move, so I got a little bit lucky there on that one. But he seems to be a popular move this week. The Chelsea defence suffering, of course. Gasto getting that red card in the last match is probably not going to help that Chelsea defence in any way at all. Rodrigo, obviously the same. Jackson this game week is serving a ban, so those of you that have Jackson, consider whether you want to leave him on your bench or whether you're happy to sell. Difficult one, because we all know he's a little bit troll-like, as in he's done incredibly well with points, but he has also, He's just been shocking, really, hasn't he, at times, and then comes and pulls it out in the cup, which is, not great at all for any of us. So, welcome Dizzy, welcome David. As a Watford fan, there's no change. I'm picking Morris. Love that. Absolutely love that. Cool. Okay. Let's head on over then to some of the presses. I follow Ben Dinnery for a lot of his updates, so make sure you check him out. And the main one I wanted to start with was this Arsenal quote. So we had Declan Rice, Gabriel Martinelli, Trossard and Saka haven't trained with the squad yet. There is a session planned for later today and decisions will be taken after that. William Saliba will be assessed after picking up a knock. Now, I have Saliba in my team, so this is a slight concern because basically I have a few flags starting to mount up now. So I have Saka, I have Maddison, and I will have this one, and I'll have Botman as well. So that's 4. So the thing is, I'll chat a little bit more about my team, but I can get to Salah with a -4, and it could mean selling Saliba. So it's one to consider, but I'm hoping all of this is a little bit of waffle from Arteta, right? So he said he was confident that Declan Rice could be involved, while indicated it was possible that Bukayo Saka could miss out. Gabriel Martinelli and Trossard hamstring strains are the biggest concerns. So that suggests to me, potentially, unless we get some pictures of training with Saka in them for the training sessions this afternoon, then I'm going to say Saka's missing out or he's getting benched. This is a tough one because where we're also heavy in midfield and there are so many good midfield options right now, it's really tough to know whether or not to switch Saka out. Like, I'm an Arsenal fan, so losing my boy, Bukayo, is going to be really, really tough. I don't like doing it. It's not fun and it's not clever. However, I have a wild card in my pocket and I can end up using it as early as Game Week 8 if I need to. So ideally, I really need to consider whether I want to maybe take a punt on a particular player this week rather than get into Salah, or whether I'm going to try and kick this wildcard bucket down the line. You hear what I'm saying? So there's something to really think about there. But Saka injury, possible Saliba injury, not fun at all on that one. Okay, so what other things did I note for this one? Anthony will resume his training for Manchester United this week. Less said about that, the better, I think. Trent Alexander-Arnold train normally on Thursday and will do so again today. So it looks like Trent will be back for the weekend. Make of that what you will. Do we feel he's been great? Do we think he's been bad? Where do we feel he falls in that category? Trippier just feels like the better shout, doesn't he, really? Big up to Holly there. And so Pochettino admits as bad news following a setback for Ben Chilwell midweek. The doctor told me it's a bad injury, but we need to assess in the next few days. No time frame currently, although initial reports suggest at least a month on the sidelines. Well, there you go. I mean, just going back to our transfers out, we can see why people are getting rid of Chilwell. It's a good plan. I feel I got a bit lucky there last week, getting him out when I did. That is if Botman is okay. And yeah, I feel for anyone who has as many flags in their team, really, as well as Chilwell on top of all that. Hey, Dread. Hey, Kebab. Big up the Kebabs. So yeah, that's where we're at with Ben Chilwell. So if you have him, I think he's a sell regardless of whether that injury isn't as bad or he's not out for as long. I think he's going to be out for at least some time. and that Chelsea defence is looking really thin on the ground, especially with that Gusto red card. Okay, what else have we got here? Team news. Reguilon out this weekend's game, according to the Athletic. It's nothing too serious, but it's enough to keep him out. Madders and Sonny have trained today, and we'll see how they are when they pull up. Both got through everything we needed to get them through. Right, okay, so I'm going to say Sonny is safe. I'm going to say Maddison is safe. I'm going all in on suggesting from the quotes that I've read today that I think Maddison is good. I think that is just a precautionary yellow flag on Maddison, and I'm very grateful to hear that, because as you'll see, I have a few yellows in just a second, so very, very grateful for that. If you're in right now, there's a good few of you. Please, let's get 10 likes on this stream, and please do. I'm 2 subscribers off now of the 6650, so if you can help out there, that would be so grateful. We're just 1 away now, 1 sub away, so get on it, guys. Hey Richard, do you think Saliba will play, or should I take a hit for Trippier? Okay, good question. This Saliba news is a new one on me. So it came up this morning. I'd not heard anything about it. It's kind of come a bit out of nowhere. I don't really know what Arteta is kind of playing at, I guess, with some of the quotes. I don't know whether he's just trying to confuse, the situation for people, or whether it is that Saliba has picked up a knock. For me, he looked like he got through that game fine. I didn't notice anything. Do you have any backup on the bench, Rich? And if you buy Trippier, does it potentially rule you out of a move to Salah in a few weeks, or Son? So they're the 2 questions I'd have just to push it back. Chaz, thoughts on Alvarez benching? Friday. The brain is melting. Alvarez benching. I guess he did play. He played full match, didn't he, midweek? So I guess that's where it's come from. Do they have many other people though? That'd be my thing. Do they have many other options, City, at the moment? De Bruyne injured, Rodri out with a red card. I mean, even if he doesn't start, I'd be shocked if he didn't come on at half time or get a really good length of time. And with that, I would just want him in my team regardless. I mean, I've got him vice captained at the moment, but I might want to rethink that just based on what I've just said. I agree. I think Maddison will be fine. Spurs have a week between games for recovery, and Arsenal and Newcastle have important UCL games midweek. Absolutely, David. Okay, so this is my team. This is my team selection for the moment. I have gone with Turner against Brentford in goal. Look, at some point I feel like Turner might lose his place, but he has kept it so far. Johnston, on the other hand, Henderson got injured in the midweek fixtures, so Johnson will be keeping his place. So I'm kind of playing Turner for the better fixture. If for some reason he didn't end up playing, then Johnson should come in. Do I want him to, given how he did against Man United midweek when he had to come on for Henderson? Probably not, but this is the hand I have been dealt with these 2 keepers. So here I am. I'm hoping the Botman's fine. I'm hearing in the FPL community that Botman should be fine. A couple of sources that I trust feeling like Botman should be fine. So I'm playing him. If he doesn't play for whatever reason, then we know. At the moment, I'm not playing Saliba. I hadn't planned to play Saliba, only because I prefer the attacking threat of a Stupinan over Saliba at the moment. Yeah, I thought Saliba would get some more bullet goals or some more crosses in this season. So wherever he is and whatever he's doing, I'm really, really hoping that he gets back on those. Unless I sell him this week. Kabore. I am going to have a punt on the double game week and I am going to play Kabore. Don't have Morris. Not planning to get Morris. So he is my double game week punt. Not really expecting very much. I'm not going much on the assist from last week because I felt like he got a little bit lucky to have even got that assist last week. But the point is that he got it. And yeah, hopefully you just got to be in it to win it, haven't you? So hopefully he can get a little something again this week in one of those matches. Okay, so news isn't looking good on Saka. It's just not looking good, guys. The thing is, it's like just got to really consider whether or not I want to lose him now, because it's a case of, do I want to lose him long term, or do I just want to take a punt for this game week and then lock myself into a game week 8 wildcard? Rich, I have Konza on the bench as backup and no worries about next week because I'm wildcarding. Okay, so you are locked into a game week 8 and wildcard. I'm not sure about taking a hit directly before wildcarding. Rich, that's my only that would be my only kind of slight kind of, do you really need to take that hit? If it's one game week without Trippier, and I say this off of the back of watching what he did last game week, which was just insane. In my not my hot or not, I think it was in my eye test video, I was just literally like, Sheffield United just opened up the doors for the Toon Army and let them come in and have a bye, pretty much. So I'm hoping Burnley looked good defensively. Like, it took a really good goal from Fernandez to open up that Burnley defence. So given a few of the injuries as well on the Newcastle team at the moment, maybe you could wait a week for Trippier. So, is there a, like, could you go for Shah, bit cheaper, not take the hit? It's one game week, at least then if Newcastle get the clean sheet, you know, you've got in a little bit, and Shah does carry a little bit of attacking threat as well. But it's just, I just don't know what to think about that Saliba injury, to be honest with you guys. We've not had any more news, so it's really tough to kind of say yay or nay. It's 25 of you in now. Let's try hit those likes to 15 likes on this video. I feel like, you know, I'm so little compared to so many of the other creators. They're asking for hundreds of likes, and here's me like, please just like 15 times, thank you. Oh, and I'm one off 650 as well on the subscribers, even though my subs have not updated down here. I can assure you I'm one off of the 650. So if you guys could sub, if there's anyone new, that I'd be grateful for that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about my transfers. I'm not worried about Maddison now. I'm happy with the quotes that Ben has tweeted out, so I'm fine with that. I'm happy to take another punt on Foden. Though he has been mad disappointing, man. He has been so disappointing. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Rashford. 2 home fixtures coming up. What do I do with Rashford? I can do Rashford to Salah right now. Like, no holds bars, just do it. But, like, every week I feel like I'm saying this at the moment with United, man. I mean, at this fixture here in particular, and then these 3 here in particular are very nice. If I were to sell him for Salah, I would want to be so hard to do it around here. So this is why maybe Saka should go for Salah for me. So I can do Saka to Salah, and then I'm 0.2 off. I can't go for Walker. I could go for Matty Saliba to Matty Cash. The problem with Cash is, right, does anyone else feel like he's another Digne? Like, he just feels like another Digne to me. Like, he's so flip-floppy. I mean, look at this. -1, 6, 17, -1, 1, 6. I mean, you just never know what you're gonna get. It's really game week 10 onwards. Maybe game week 8 you could get a little something out of him. But it's those little kind of trio there, isn't it, that we're all a bit excited about Matty Cash. But then that double Newcastle defence, that could be. This would be for a hit, by the way, guys, if I did this. So what do we think? Do we think it's worth it? Tough one. But I could do that. Saka out, Saliba out, Cash and Salah in. Less to worry about, bit down the line. Leaves 0.1 in the bank. How much is Diaby? Because I've got a locked in transfer that I would like to do next game week for Mbeumo to Diaby. Yeah, I would have 0.1 wiggle room then for that. Alternatively, if I feel like Saliba is fine, I can do Saka to Son as a direct switch. And if I then hear that Saliba is out, I can -4 again and I could get trips in. Just my only potential issue with this is that I'm then not going to be able to get Salah in next game week easily. It probably would mean having a little wild card a little further down the line so that I can kind of move things around to get Salah in. That's what chat's saying. Jamie says I have Konza. Oh yeah, we followed that one. Jamie, they only have 2 strikers. The idea that Alvarez won't get dropped at dive points is madness. At some point it was madness. Think Alvarez will play at Wolves. Yeah, he was really good, Shah, last season. We all had Trippier, of course, and he did us proud last season, but Shah was right up there. Do you think Maddison will start? Yes, I do. Based on the quotes, I think Maddison will start. And if he doesn't start, I do think he will play a role in that match regardless. I do not think Maddison is a sell. If you're just tuning in, guys, based on what this quote is here and what else I've read today in the presses, Maddison and Sonny trained today, and we'll see how they are when they pull up. Both got through everything we needed them to get through. That means they got through training absolutely fine. So for me, that would suggest that, you know, they'll be good, they'll be fine, they'll, you know, they'll either start or you know, Maddison will either start or he'll come on. Either way, I'm very happy to play Maddison. I won't be getting rid of Maddison this week at all. Okay, what else did we have in the chat? Do you think Saka will start? Oh, do I think Saka will start? Okay. That one I'm a bit more unsure about. This is going to be a theme I think you'll find most creators today just won't know. We're waiting on training pictures from this afternoon's training. Saka was not out training this morning. There is some suggestion that he could be training individually. So he may not have been with the squad earlier on today training out on the field, but he could have been training individually, in which case that might still mean that he might be on the bench or he may play some part. But it doesn't look great for him at the moment, unless we get some solid pictures of him training individually or training as part of the squad this afternoon. I'm going to say he's probably going to miss out. And just based on our run of fixtures over the next few, Bournemouth and then Man City, Chelsea and Sheffield, then Newcastle. I mean, they're bitty fixtures. when we know the likes of, say, Son and Salah have slightly better fixtures, I think you could maybe like think about the sell. What I will say is that everything goes through Saka, so if we get any kind of clarification that he's trained and you've got other problems to sort out, then I feel like he'll either make the bench or he'll start, in which case I think you could probably keep. But in my case at the moment, just based on what we're hearing, based on the fact that we haven't had any solid pictures of him training individually or with the squad so far, I'm going to say potentially a sell this week. And I think for somebody like myself who's considering wildcarding around here, then I could maybe consider getting him back in, or at least having a plan. If I decide to wildcard next game week, I could at least have a plan to get him back. So where else were we? Rashford will unlikely be a sell ultimately if Man United start to work correctly. Højlund will hinder Rashford's return a bit. That's interesting, Grid, because I actually thought that Højlund might provide Rashford more points, as in they might get that link-up play where one provides the other and then they score, you know? That's kind of what I was thinking when he joined, and we saw glimpses of it in cup games and stuff, but that's interesting you think that. Okay, where are we at? Any more information coming in? And just checking for you guys. Oh wow, thank you all so much. Right, I'm gonna get on my sub track because it has not updated me with these subscribers, so thank you all so much. I can see that Akash has subscribed, so thank you, and I'm over the 6651, so thank you all so much for that. I really appreciate it. Don't know where we're at on the likes. Let's have a quick nosy. Let's have a quick goosey gander. Are we all enjoying our Friday? Do we like, are we locked into our transfers right now? Like, are you guys locked in? Because I am not. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am flat in. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. So 21 likes, that's amazing. Thanks guys. Let's try and make it to 25. That would be brilliant. Okay, let's see if we've got any more information coming down to us. This Fanue, do check him out if you guys don't already. Sums up all the press conferences. Okay, here we go. Hodgson on Dean Henderson. He had an initial scan. It was very positive. He'll have another scan in a week's time. We may be lucky that it shows somewhat less damage, but it didn't look like good news. Okay, so Roy being great there with the whole. It was, you know, it wasn't very positive. He's really just letting us know that basically Johnston is pretty much nailed for that Palace team, for the Seabull, which is good news for me, as in I may have a keeper. However, it's bad news for Palace because that particular keeper hasn't been. I mean, he started off great, and I thought, yes, I've picked the right keeper. I've gone with the right keeper pairing, and then literally being like 2 points. Well, I mean, come on, 1 point against Wolves, 1 point against Villa, and then finally a clean sheet against Fulham. My worry is this United match, because I'm just hoping he was cold, man. I'm just hoping he came into that United game and he was chilly, and he just, because he had to take over from Henderson, he was just all like gloves akimbo and letting in goals for fun. Anyway, I'm hoping that I don't have to use him this week, because I am hoping, I've put Turner in at the moment, so I am hoping that Turner will play, so that I don't have to, so that I won't have to, and hopefully he'll make like 20 saves from Mbeumo, and then Mbeumo will just score. I say that, But I could find that 0.2 that I wanted for Salah by potentially going Saka to Salah. I think I can go. I think I can do this as well. And then, could I? Could I? Oh no, I don't think. Oh no, I haven't got quite enough, so I'm not gonna be able to rip the cash that way. Okay, so that's out. I was gonna see if I could find the 0.1 for Salah by getting Diaby in for Mbeumo. Don't hate the potential of Ward Prowse, who I would be able to afford. Did highlight him in the eye test, not this week, but last week. The guy literally has been doing great. Some, like, a good fixture, tough fixture, but then a nice sea of greens. So potentially JWP for Mbeumo if I wanted to get Salah in. For Saka, I'm 0.2 away. I could potentially do that. Or, as I say, I could do Saliba to cash. My other two options would be Saka to Son, single transfer, no hit, or Saliba to Trippier. Trippier and Son? Oh, is that a better combination than Salah and cash? Guys, what do you think? Richard, I just really want Trippier, or else don't want other Newcastle defender. I could afford him. The hit would just come because I did one transfer already. Rich, FPL is meant to be fun. If you are going to enjoy this weekend more, going into it with Trippier, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Enjoy this game. This game, for a lot of people, has become about doing super well, copying some of the super good content creators, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. However, let's just bring it back. Let's just remember why we're all here. Like, because we love football and we enjoy a game based upon that football. And if you're going to get more enjoyment out of this weekend by owning Trippier, then go for it. It's kind of how I feel about owning Salah. You guys will know this from any of my videos. If you enjoy, I enjoy owning Salah. It makes me feel more comfortable going into most game weeks when I own Salah. If this weekend is gonna be more fun for you owning Trippier, it sounds like when you're putting the messages out there that you want Trippier, right? So, sod it. You may find that you get Trippier this week and actually you feel like you don't want to wildcard next week. In which case, if you'd done that and not taken the hit because you were definitely wildcarding last week, you'd be gutted, right? So, heck, go for it, man. Live life. Enjoy. Why not? Thanks, guys. 30 of you in now. Do hit the like if you can and subscribe if you're new here. Really appreciate it. Really don't know why that sub button isn't working. Hang on, I'm gonna see if it's working for me. Because if it's working for me, then oh, I've got fluffy hair. Sorry, guys. Going all poofy. Let me see if when I see what should be happening. Little behind the scenes here for you. When somebody subs is that. So, why it hasn't happened when you guys are subbing, I do not know. Oh, welcome Akash. Thank you so much for joining the Nim fam. Again, I will figure out why that sub is not working for next week for you guys and give you all shout outs. Jamie, Rashford has 3 good months every 2 years. I hope people stick with him. It's my only hope. Good rises. You know what? He was good last season. He was pretty consistent last season. You got to give him that. You've got to give him that. But yeah, it is. It is mad tempting. I wonder. Oh God, you got me tinkering now, Jamie. You got me tinkering now. Point. Oh. I'm not getting Dina. No way. Taco did a big piece about him this week in my video. Luton and Bournemouth up next. What do we think? What do we think? Stick Taco in there for the old times' sake. For the old times' sake, what do we think? Nim, are you going to wildcards? Gianna, no. Not this game week. Madison has trained and did everything that he should have done in training, so I don't see the need to worry about getting him out. As for Rashford, who is underneath Sun, I'm just playing around here. So this is my team. I'm potentially willing to stick him out, see how he does in this home fixture. If he doesn't do well in this home fixture, then I can shift him on. Botman, I believe from what the community is saying that he should be fine, so I'm trusting in that. And as for Saliba, I had him benched for this week anyway, and potentially he could be a transfer out. So I'm happy to -4 this week if need be. And at the moment, my kind of options for transfers are Saka straight to Sun, free transfer. Saka to Sun and Saliba to Trippier. I'm not sure about doubling up on the Newcastle. Oh, they were great last week, but it's like, I like come in every week. I don't know if I may then decide I might want, yeah, like 2 attackers. But yeah, anyway, off on a tangent there. And then the other option is Saka to Salah and Saliba to Cash or somebody of the same ilk or below. They're my options. Is Saka injured? Yes, he did pick up an injury, but he didn't play midweek. And he hasn't trained today. But we are waiting on some afternoon training pictures because Arsenal have another session this afternoon. So we're waiting to see if we see any potential pictures of him training solo or training with the squad. So I hope that helps. Jamie, be like Everett and love this game. Might be missing the reference. Martin, a closure is going to break Trippier's ankles metaphorically. Oof. Ouch. Allied. Anyone fancy Connor Roberts? Definitely my Swansea bias, but I fancy him. No. Should I be? I thought Burnley were very good defensively against United. I thought they were unlucky to concede that goal to Bruno, but I mean 1-1-0-1-2. It would be the punt of the century. It would be the punt of the century. Is he a fellow Welshie? Like myself. Between the World Cup and about March, he was on fire. He's only scored like 3 since. Yeah, fair. It was just, I guess, a hot streak, and I guess it's those hot streaks that you remember, isn't it? Martin, commentators on TalkSport kept saying Connor Roberts' name versus Man United. Sounded like he played well, got forward a fair bit. No worries. Gianna, Martin, Burnley gonna stay up. Wow. Wow, we at that stage of the stream now. Give us a like if we're at that stage of the stream. Second a few goals for PSV last season, Branthwaite, big lad. You're an NFL top punt a lot ahoy. Yes, I am a Buccaneers fan. They didn't do so well on the last weekend. Didn't do so great there. They're kind of suffering a little bit without Brady, without Tom, but we rolled. My first season of playing NFL fantasy this season. My friends wrote me into it, and I'm giving it a go. And I have no clue what I'm doing. No clue whatsoever. Literally none. So what's going on with my lighting? I look a bit like pink. Yeah. It's fun. I'm enjoying the process. It's like fancy football, like FPL, right? It's made me interested in the other teams a lot more than what I ever would have been. So yeah, it's good. So what are you guys doing? I want to know in the chat what you guys are doing. I'm gonna wrap the stream up fairly soon. I'm gonna double check if there's been any more kind of updates or anything we should know about. I think all the press is finished now, so if you've got Johnston, then just to let you know that Henderson's injured. So yeah, Johnstone will get the next few matches. Make of that what you will. Jamie, I'm working. Oh, well, thanks for tuning in, James. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Where are we at? Can we get one more sub in? Is there anybody who can get me one more sub? 53. Thanks, guys. Don't know why this is not updating. Really appreciate the support. As I say, I've been around a while, but I've tried loads of different things on this channel, and this season I'm really trying to knuckle down on like regular content for you guys and a regular format every week. So let me, like, if you're here and you're enjoying this stream, please do check out my eye test video and my hot or not videos and give me some feedback. Like, what do you like about it? Is it the right length? Do you enjoy it? Because I've noticed they haven't done particularly brilliant. Maybe it's just the time of day I'm releasing them. So yeah, it's so hard being a content creator. So any information you can give is always like super grateful. Super grateful. So just to summarize, I am not locked in for the second week of doing this stream. The locked in stream. I am not locked in. Are any of you guys locked in? My transfers this week will likely be, if we do not see any training photos of Saka this afternoon, will likely be Saka to Son. I'm pretty happy with the update on Son, so I think I would be okay taking the punt there. Sorry, I was just thinking if I would maybe consider going somebody a bit cheaper so that I could then upgrade Rashford to Salah. I need to see Rashford at home one more time against Palace. I do. Absolutely, David, I agree. I'm really trying to stay consistent with the hot or nots and the eye tests for you guys and this stream every week now, and the shorts, most days. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Obviously international break is just around the corner, so I'm not sure how I'm going to work it there, but I will definitely do my best for you guys. But the algorithm, as you say, Jamie, it's tough. It's tough out here. It hates it. And of course, the way football works, where we have a couple of weeks and then we have a break, or a couple of weeks and we have a break. Yeah, Tough times, my friend, tough times. Something to consider Martin. I'll definitely look into it. I was gonna think of something like for that with like my members for sure. So yeah, could be something we could look into maybe. Sure. Cool. So yeah, wrapping up my team selection. This is my team. For those of you stuck about, I'm so grateful. Really, really appreciate it, and hope you guys can see that good. Just come down a bit so you can see some of the bench as well. But yeah, at the moment I'm playing Turner over Johnstone. Pretty confident that Johnstone starts, so he should come in for Turner. Should Turner not start, and this be the week that that they trial out the new fella. At the moment, I've got Stupinan over Saliba. It was always the plan, just because of Stupiman's potential attacking threat over Saliba's. Botman, I'm pretty happy just based on what the community's saying that he should start. Kabore is my double game week punt. If I see no pictures of Saka tonight, like this afternoon training, then Saka to Son, Saka to Salah via Saliba to Cash will be a potential -4 option for me. And I may, if I get Son for Saka, consider Saliba to Trippier. So a little bit to think about there, because that would lock me in to, if not a Game Week 8 wildcard, then potentially a Game Week 9 wildcard to get Salah back in if I really want him. Other than that, I'm pretty happy to see Mbeumo out one more game week. I want to switch him out to Diaby next week. That is the plan. Diaby or Ward-Prowse anyway. That's where Mbeumo will be going next game week. I would have loved to roll the transfer this game week, as you can all tell, because that would have really helped with the whole getting Salah in and getting JWP in for Mbeumo and Rashford/Saka. Happy to give Rashford the home fixtures, see one more time. If he's going to do well, he has another home fixture directly after this one at Crystal Palace. So if he doesn't do well against Crystal Palace, who, yeah, have been iffy at best in defence, then I think he can go. Foden has just been rubbish. He's just been rubbish. So disappointed, man. Literally so disappointed. Madsen, we think is going to be fine. I love the quotes. They look positive for him. A few people. I'm going to change my vice captain. Actually, I won't have it on. Who will I have it on? Ugh, probably Foden. A lot of people are a little bit worried that Alvarez might get benched. I think City's options are very, very slim at the moment. If he does get benched, I think he'll come on. So I don't think you need to, and he is more than capable of doing something if he comes on. The way I look at it is I wouldn't want to be looking at selling Alvarez anytime soon until, like Foden or like any of the City guys, Pep starts rotating them regularly. And then at that point, I think you can really consider selling them on. But until then, I think you probably want to hold them, because they have great fixtures. And even if they come on, they can do damage. It's just a bit scary not seeing them in that kind of team lineup initially, isn't it? So, and yeah, David, that's true. I've done a lot of collaborations over the years with other creators on this channel, and they always go down well, but the problem is keeping them consistently going. People have very busy lives. Not everyone does this, mostly full time like I do, so are able to, to kind of go at certain times every week, with commitments and stuff like that. And then all I'm doing, unfortunately, is the opposite of what we were discussing a little bit earlier, which is not being consistent. And the one thing I really wanted to try and do this season is be as consistent as possible for you guys. So that's the only problem, is when you're relying on somebody else to be here with you and they can't keep up with that consistency, then all it does is kind of unfortunately goes downhill. But absolutely, I love it. Like, I really enjoy having people on the channel, and it's something I will maybe look at peppering in on top of maybe the consistent stuff that I'm already doing for you guys. Martin, Game Week 9 wildcard would be fun. Can tinker over international break. Absolutely. I think there could be a few prize rises and prize falls around then. It's just whether the teams will need it. That's going to be the big question. Some people wildcard just for the sake of wildcarding because it's international break, because they can tinker, etc., etc. And sometimes their teams just don't need it. Hey, Static. I haven't watched you live since towards the end of last season. It's great to finally catch you live. Oh, thanks, buddy. Thank you for the video. Keep up the good work, and please do keep uploading content. Oh, thank you guys. Honestly, this means so much. Like, the fact that you guys really are enjoying what I'm doing means loads to me, because that gives me the incentive to keep going, because often when you can spend 5 or 6 hours making a video and you get like 200 views, it can feel a bit like, what's the point? But the fact that you guys enjoy it and you appreciate it, it means a lot to me. So thank you all so much for that. And yeah, I hope we can grow together. Like, I hope this channel can grow, you know, together now, and really kind of push on from here. So thank you all so much. And with that, I'm going to let you guys get off and enjoy your Friday afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend it with you. I hope that me chatting about some of the, you know, most transferred in, the most transferred out, some of the, you know, the news coming in from the presses, and chatting a little bit about my team has helped you all out. I'm hoping that you will have an eye test video on Monday and a hot or not on Tuesday. That's the plan. So keep your eyes open for those. At the moment, I'm giving up my Sunday for them, so I'm hoping that you are enjoying them. Like and share them as much as you can. Watch them as much as you can too. It's all very much appreciated, and I'm hoping I can get the subs sorted for the next live so that they do pop up when you guys sub. So I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Until next time, Nimfree out.